Good morning. You're welcome to the AM Weekend Show. If you're just joining us, you are right on time. My name is Favor Obinyeluba, and today my co-hosts have decided to team up in black. Odd, because I didn't get the memo. People wearing black and black today. What's going on?
Black now.
I know, but so imagine if I also wore black. What are people mourning?
So that would have been nice.
Yes.
Black is not only about money.
It's about what? Just look at how you do. Well, the good thing is yours is like a velvety black, and yours is like matte black. Abby? I'm doing well with colors. Pardon my manners. This is the very beautiful, divine Onoha, Queen of Great Conversations, and our ebony queen herself. Ogochukwu Osai. Good morning. Good morning.
Ogochukwu, you're not carrying us along, go. You're not carrying us along in this your beauty something. You have left us behind, people, Abby.
I don't even know where we are.
You don't no, because you are the one at the front. So
maybe you know. For me, I didn't know.
Why you denying progress? So you don't know you're carrying us. So I can't even understand both of you this morning. But today is the last Saturday in the month of February. What have people achieved this year?
Wow, that's it. Thank you for that very amazing question. I will begin this way. For real now, what have you achieved though? It's a serious question. I'm really now thinking. Okay, I know what I achieved in January. February, we'll just give it a few more days and see
whether it's to achieve
and see whether we'll achieve.
I'm having a restart. Starting in March.
Okay, we start in March.
I'm doing a visitor around.
Yeah, my own year is starting in April, so I'm just
April.
Yeah.
April.
It's 12 months of the year.
April.
It makes sense that you use a quarter of the year.
First quarter. To do what?
To be a visitor.
I see the way you guys are making excuses already.
Do you understand? This is my first time.
This is my first time
in 2025. Do you understand?
It's my first time too.
Right, but you say you've achieved already, so it's your life. It's your own way. Me, I'm using the first quarter.
Excuses, so
to understand the year, to see the patterns and the strides and the patterns. Okay, this is what people are doing this year.
I don't have your energy this morning.
This is the way. This is the pattern. This is the update of the year. When you collect such data, praise the Lord.
Wow.
When you collect such data, for 3 months, you sit down. Ending of March now.
After all this English.
To December.
After all this English, you better be serious.
Okay, you fly. You fly, Zito. Better join us and fly. Oyije, you ready?
Oyije, there we go.
Oyije, you're waiting to January to achieve. Wait till April, then you go right into
April. Anyways, good luck to both of you.
Thank you.
We'll see in December. Anyways, let's have this conversation. So I see this happen a lot, even day to day conversations you have. I was talking to my friend, and we said something. Yeah, I'm not going to say on it. But, and then I realized how common, how very natural it is. Because we're very quick to say, oh, tribalism. There was this thing that went online, or it's practical picture. Somebody, Yoruba Twitter posted and said, oh, if the country scatters, who would you go with? And everybody was saying they were going to go with the Igbos. And while it was like a really good ego boost and all of that, we still see. So we now had this conversation. There's also a thread on X, Igbo boy in this, Igbo girl in this. Amazing thread. However, I think someone else now posted and said Anambra boy. And it now kind of ties it all together because recently Anambra people have been. We have really been going through a lot. If any Anambra person, give them chilled cocktail or mocktail, depending on their preference. But Anambra people now the men are known for simping. They are now saying Anambra men are simps. Every Eke market day, they will say Enugu men. For you to see Enugu man that will give you money, it's connection and grace. They will say Ebonyi people are, a certain type of way. I remember we had a guest, Dr. Basichikeze, we're talking about IVF, and he was the person who wanted to have to get a surrogate was, he was talking about the money, how much it would cost, for you to be able to give this person some financial benefits, one, and also accommodation and everything. And he was telling the person that it would cost you quite a lot. And it was like, can't you just find Abakaliki and just, give it to saying it like as if Abakaliki people are less of, people and all of that. And then you hear, Owerri girls are promiscuous, or all those kind of things, and all this kind of like. So I know this happens across like different states. Like it's not limited to Igbo people. I know it happens even with Yoruba people and all of that. But when we see this happen here, Anambra people will say they do to. Anambra people think they are the best thing after sliced bread. Yes, Anambra people can be very proud. Like Anambra people don't want to marry another tribe. Anambra people are also known for mine sinner. We're going through a lot. But we are known for that. Anambra people think they are I think somebody also said Anambra people is Igbo. And then
I think
they wanted
the first.
to. They are the first when it comes to Igbo land. Oh my God. So there's that pride that Anambra people go with, and then there's a what's it called? Insecurity that they expect inferiority complex that they expect Ebonyi people to go with. Do you understand? Yeah. And then we also have Afia people on the load minding their business, but once they also once they chip in, or they just jab them and all of that. I mean, keep seeing these things. I want to know what has been your like personal experience. No, I will ask my babe first. Why I'll ask Ogochukwu first is Ogochukwu is from Nsukka.
Okay.
And Nsukka too, unfortunately, has a stereotype.
Do they?
Yeah,
okay.
Nsukka people have like, oh my God, when I was in UNN, and I did first year in UNN, like that stereotype was thick. And then when when you see somebody, like it was odd, but if you behaved in a certain way, they will tell you are behaving like an Nsukka girl.
Okay.
That particular stereotype and all of that. How do you deal with
I've not really had an ugly experience, but the few ones I've had is when someone asks me where I'm from and I'll say I'm from Nsukka, they'll be like, you don't look like them. You look like Anambra people. Or you hear something like Nsukka people are not this tall. Or Nsukka people are not
Ogochukwu is really tall, so, like 6 feet.
That's actually, so when I heard that, I'm just like, why would you say so? Yeah. Because from where I come from, we are fine. We are very tall. So I don't know why you should refer to me as so. And I've seen people where they refer to them when just like the kind of character they're going to display, they'll feel you're doing like a Nsukka person. So honestly speaking, I've not really had more than this when it comes to the experience, but I think it doesn't sit well with me.
It doesn't sit well with you. When it comes to marriage, like, preference for marriage, do you hear that like from growing up with your mom?
Okay. Yeah. Yes, another one is that I've heard people up until now say that if you want to marry a woman that you're going to sit down at home, like a woman that will not trouble you.
Homely woman now.
Wife material
that will not stress you, that will not trouble you, that will not want to like match shoulders with you. Go to Nsukka and pick one.
Wow.
Yeah, and pick one.
Wow. You why no?
Wow. I've heard it. I still hear it up until now. Especially people that are not from Nsukka. And hear people like go to Nsukka and marry. And another thing is that we from Nsukka is actually difficult. We really don't like marrying outside Nsukka. I also have that. My mom wants like for me to marry somebody next compound so that you should shout from her house. You trek from my mom's house to my dad's house, my dad's place. So it's trackable, although it's not the same like village, trackable. So that's actually, if I hear my mom praying or something like that, I know that definitely what she wants is something very close. But me, I don't really want that closeness.
So break it.
But but if I'm being honest with myself, inside me, I know I don't want to leave Nsukka.
Wow.
So and
that's beautiful.
I will leave Okija. Oh my God. Let me not go there.
That's beautiful. I love it for you.
Being from Abia State, I haven't really heard so many
things,
stereotypes. I've not heard so many crazy things about Abia State. Like I said, Abia State is like really low key. I've not really heard so many crazy things. But you're from the States. I'm sure you guys heard.
Well, personally, I haven't heard a lot of negative stereotype. Really, no one has walked up to me to tell me Abia people like this, Abia people like that. I haven't heard a lot of negative stereotype. The only thing that occurs once in a while is Ungwa people. You people eat humans, I say yes.
You're also from Ungwa?
No, I'm not from Ungwa. Okay. But once you are from Abia State, you just say Ungwa people. I'm not from Ungwa, please, but they don't want to know. I say, okay, great. So that sort of makes them a bit scared. I know they are kidding though. Most of them are joking. Some of them are not. Some people just say, there must be something. You Abia people, I can't trust people. And then the fact that there aren't a lot out there just like you were able to mention Nsukka, a boy, you wouldn't hear so much.
People,
so it makes people have this, look at us with such mystery, there's just something.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you can't quite figure out what it is. And then a couple of people, a few compliments. So Abia people are so it's more like they express shock.
Yeah.
It's not like they were expecting anything, so they just say, so you are tall. I say, yes, so some of us are tall. You are fair. Yes, so some of us are fair. That's just it. There are no specific attached to it. But talking about the whole inter-tribal, I don't have a problem with people being loud. That's another thing I noticed. Sorry, I know you're from Anambra, but at some point I felt like these things I'm hearing about Anambra is just hype.
Yeah.
Yes, because I've had personal experiences with Anambra people, not just the men. I've had ladies, girlfriends who have, done one or two with the men. And I realized that with all these things we're saying about Anambra people being the best thing that happened apart from jollof rice and bread, sometimes it feels like overhype. And what I'm trying to draw from that is usually these stereotypes come from being loud about where you're from, which I don't think is a problem. Mm-hmm. If Nsukka people decide to take over the media space now and start giving us back-to-back content from Nsukka of how they are the best. It's absolutely beautiful. Before you know it, we'll start to see you as the best.
Yeah.
If me, as an Abia babe, I find one thing and attach Abia people to, and I start making, that is beautiful. Where it gets toxic is when if I'm bragging about my state, I'm now saying not like a boy, people that are like this. So I think that's where it's toxic. But as for bragging, everybody should, I saw that Twitter thread. People in this. I say, good, please talk to me. So long as you're not saying Yoruba people are this or Hausa people are this. That's
comparing
okay.
And all of that.
Yes.
Yeah, I do agree with you. And I think that's what it should, be ideally. When we talk about Anambra people and bragging and all of that, it's, to me personally, it's a natural thing. Like you cannot remove. Like I'm not even joking. It's like learned behavior, like it's acquired behaviors. You just have it. Like as an Anambra person, you just have it. Like there's that courage. There's that. Even if you want to now calm down and say, wait, there's no need for me to do this. It requires a lot of like self-awareness to be an Anambra person and not want to.
And that thing has actually it kind of circulated that when in a space when somebody mentions the Anambra, every other person is more like a kind of drawn back and let them shine.
No, one draw back. It's people that want to draw back.
It feels natural. Like it just feels natural. Like you just see this person is an Anambra person,
just to be the first person to speak or the first person to show something or do something.
It's very. And then the funny thing is, so because like what you said, like the Anambra people are bragging and the ones that they overhype and all of that. So even to the point where if someone is like bragging and hyping themselves, people automatically think that they may be an Anambra person.
Yeah, it's true. If you have that behavior,
do you understand? Until maybe you now check, they're like, oh, I'm not even from Anambra self. Do you understand? Like
that disappointment.
Like it's always so odd. Like so odd. I don't know. I really don't know. But I just think it's just like the people, how they are and the way that they carry themselves. That's just what it is. Then when it comes to marriage, this thing you said. So even down to like generations before me, they've always been Okija people. It's went with me. Jesus. I don't want to come for my people. I don't want to come for my people. But I get that thing because even my uncles, our generation slowly, like my cousins, slowly they started marrying from like outside Okija. Slowly started marrying from outside Okija. And my aunties too also married a bit from outside Okija, just neighboring Ozublu.
My cousin
Ozublu, Oba. Like they were not marrying far. Very neighboring.
My cousin that married from Nsukka actually, but this Igbo side, they're seeing her as somebody that is married to a foreigner. That's how timid it is. It feels
wow.
Like it
but it makes so Nsukka now.
But I wouldn't want.
But it's like the local government. It's just the same. It has its own local government
actually. But there is this mentality that it is politically Nsukka, but originally it's
wow.
Like we see. When you go down to Nsukka, sometimes they don't usually see themselves as part of Enugu. It's more like it's its own. We are supposed to have a state by now.
It's true though.
Nsukka State.
It's true.
It's
true. When I studied there too, it felt like Nsukka was not Enugu. Usually we say we are going to Enugu. I'm like, where have we been all this while?
We are not part
true.
of
They
it.
always say like, oh, we're going to. They say like it's a different place.
Like, so that it felt like it was that time when you hear that the in-law is from this place, it sounds like, why are you going that far? You see grandmas, you see the
Okay.
like, why are you going that far?
Which means you cannot even conceive the idea of marrying maybe a Yoruba person.
Oh, okay.
Or an Akwa Ibom person.
This conversation
Or an
is
Idoma person.
This is an intra-conversation.
No, I'm just trying to imagine what it would be like if you now imagine that.
On my side, we have an Hausa daughter-in-law.
You people are also too.
We have an Hausa
If you
daughter-in-law.
baffle, people are in the north.
No, there's no discrimination. The few Hausa people, aside from my own compound, that I've seen married, even Yoruba, you treat them very well. Those families treat them well. But I don't think they have come to, you can come in, but they don't really want to open their belly to accept their child to
go there.
Yeah.
But they are open to anybody coming in. But them going out.
That means it's only the women that can come.
Yes.
Because it's the women that come in now.
The men will go and marry outside and come in. But
a man will not come and carry the woman.
But we still have people that are marrying outside. This is 24.
You will still fight for it though. You will still fight for it. When my auntie my auntie married an Enugu man. When she wanted to marry, it was still fight. Enugu here. It was like, it wasn't like as if they were traveling and all of that. So Okija people have that, they have this thing too, like they always marry themselves, they always want to be close. But it's not me and you people. Yeah,
I'm so surprised when I see people marrying outside. You see Nigerian, Indian, you see Nigerian, Israel.
Like, we've not even married the Enugu person now. I even married Kabachan.
But I like it though.
I think the final thing for Okija people is also the money ritual and the whole stereotype of jazz and all of that. To the glory of God, I want to announce to you all that we are a very Christian town.
I hope they don't come for you.
Yeah, we're very Christian.
I hope they don't come for you.
They've also, the very good governor has also attacked the issue. Oh my God.
We were talking about this last week. I hope it's not, I mean, for those who are practicing the whole traditional religion thing, I hope it's not causing any
people
issues.
are actively practicing
traditional.
They are practicing it as well. They mix it, it's collabo. If anything happens, like I've witnessed this happen a lot of times. Anything that happens like this, everybody's up to the shrine. You know, so they mix it.
The truth is that if you see somebody that is practicing true traditional religion, it's clear.
Yeah.
You will know. Yeah. But see somebody mixing, something, you know that this one is not clear.
So I think for Okija people, because it's like it's like kind of built in the culture. Like there's that, it's still a culture that they hold there. So that when I say it's very Christian, you know, there are churches actively involved in the churches and all of that, but it still feels traditional. Whenever there is a meeting or a festival or something and all of that, everybody still hold their jazz, like everybody still holds their this thing, you know. Everybody's putting cola in their mouth. Cola is in your body, like
wow.
It's still there. No, on a low. You know, they say transaction are going on low key. It still happens, but I feel like it's more cultural than it is spiritual, you know, for people of Okija. But I think it's a very different conversation to still have. You know, we're already out of time for this segment. But when we come back, we'll go straight to the newspaper. Let's talk about it on a national level. Do stay with us.